Okay, Jason
The
Fields.
legendary. Finally have made it into the den.
Yeah,
Hello, folks.
yeah. Uh,
Uh,
yeah, you were talking about the headphones and how when we were in school, the whole beep.
oh, in school,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, see, I was in Mr. Barker's class, which is, you know, backstory, little story. I had a whole many of them had ear infection problems.
oh,
So every so, I mean, this is anybody, but I was in his class. So every so often, then whoever the speech and hearing person would bring that little wagon with a hearing aid like these
yeah,
headphones, and they put them on, and it'd be a beep, beep, beep. Can you hear it? And you'd have to. Well, she'd tell you, or he would tell whoever was over would tell you how many fingers or how many beeps you'd hold up.
yeah. Which side? Which
Yeah,
ear?
and
I
then
used to laugh because it would be so funny because you'd have some of those people that and I didn't know because I don't know. I can't. A lot of times I can't tell which one it's coming in on.
yeah.
So I'd be like this or something, and it'd be this one over here. And I'm sure they were like, "This dude can't hear."
Do you remember? Also in school, you'd go to the computer lab where your computer's back there, and those, some of the things you had to do, you had to put the headphones on with the
Oh yeah,
computer,
yeah, yeah. That
and
yeah,
half of them wouldn't work, or
yeah,
some one side would work, and someone would switch them around. You'd be in there, huh? What are you doing,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. Oh yeah. Those blue, they were blue and
Blue and white, I
white.
think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, and then big old bulky computers and
And well, I forget what grade I was in. Teacher, if you had one off or whatever, you get in trouble for it. Put that back on. I was like, can't hear you.
yeah,
If it ain't working, I can't hear you.
yeah. You couldn't hear anything. Man, I'm telling you, those computer labs though, it, to me it seemed like it was a waste because like there was no. I can only think of maybe one or two times that went in there, like
Oh,
a
I got
year or
so
something.
much trouble in those. I would have got like fourth or fifth, sixth grade. I was had Mr. Seacat in sixth grade. We was in this group, right? And I remember this. This is funny because 4-page report, right? Well, me and the buddies, I ain't gonna write his name up, Chad Patton.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
him and some other guys, but it's 4 pages, right?
Yeah.
So we just wrote half a page, turned over half a page. That's 4 pages. No, we got in trouble for it. So we had to go back down there, write it and type it all back out. So when class came out, well, when they were grading papers like a day or two later, so we had to go back, type it all out and write it all out. So we
Yeah.
conned one guy into writing it all out. Well, we just sitting there screwed around.
If CCAT sees this, you might have to
Oh
go.
no, you want to hear a
You
legendary
might you
story?
might have
No,
to you might have to go
no.
back. Go back to the computer lab and
Oh
finish
no,
it
I got a
up.
legendary story. I don't. Have you ever heard the story about how I did the board races in school, which is in sixth grade? My
Board
grandma
races.
taught. Oh, this is hilarious. I wasn't very good
Yeah.
at math. Couldn't do anything. My grandma showed me how to check my answers without going through the whole problem. So we had board races. Board races. Y'all stand in line, go up
Yeah.
there and race. I had the smartest kids in our class doing the math, doing the board races, right? Well, I didn't tell anybody about this, and you know, they go on, and I go up there, and everybody's chuckling because So I do it, and instead of going like 4 or 5 down and break it down, I just do it with one problem, turn around and spin it, and they're laughing. They think it's wrong, it was right because I knew how to check it, didn't tell
Yeah.
anybody, set them all down, and they couldn't beat me because I learned a trick.
Yeah.
They had to break it all down,
My daughter did that
and
same
then
thing.
and then he knew it. So after that, went next door to Mrs. Seacat's class. I took on the best one. I said, I got it. We didn't let them know. It was actually Mrs. Seacat actually came over and figured it out before we went over
Yeah.
there. Oh, beat her class and had to spoil it, but that was still. You couldn't beat me in the flashcard game doing that. You couldn't beat me board races. You couldn't beat me on the nibbles game where you had to do your.
Yeah.
Oh, I could.
But now
I
they're
could kill it.
teaching that though, ain't they? Isn't that what they're teaching?
They may be. I don't
I
know, but
feel
that's
like it is
something.
because you don't really have to show your work much anymore. Like it's getting, they got or new math or something.
Well, that was old school new math. I know that much. I smoked everybody.
You remember?
I mean, good lord, dude,
But-
man, it was
but-
funny because I went up there, and they thought an idiot, and the people up there's best in. I was, I still remember them chuckling, laughing.
Well, that's like me in college when I went. They assumed because I was dyslexic that I wouldn't be able be good at math. And I ended up like scoring one of the highest in my class in math, and they were like, in college, they were like, something ain't right about this. They thought I was like playing them or something, but it was more of like staying focused is mostly what it come down to. And I had that teacher come in, he come in, he said, I hate all this shit. He's like, but we gotta learn it, so you're gonna learn it. And I thought, okay, I like this guy. That was why. But how about this? I can tell this one. Me and you had Crowder.
Oh,
Pythagorean theorem.
he was wrong and he was you right. No, I still remember the day we're sitting across same row, and me and you look at each other and we're like, he's wrong. I mean, this is before that. I said, me and you look at it and say, no, you're wrong. Up there preaching it to you. Like, when you look
Yeah,
at like, he's wrong. And we both say, you're wrong.
that's
No,
not.
I'm not. I was like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I just think it's funny how short he was, and then he had that platform that they left in his room because it used to be like the drama room or something, right? I think it's what they said,
Well, yeah,
and
at
that's
one time
why.
was the driver's ed.
Yeah, you had graduated, right? When
Yeah,
when I when I put the glue in his
I
stuff.
was done at
Okay,
I only had him about a year or two because
so
my grades weren't sufficient enough to
yeah,
be.
so he come in and he would always put that lotion on, and put it on his face, and rub it on his nipples. And you're like, what the heck? What the hell is this all about?
Oh, I got a good
But
story after you tell this. I
yeah,
got to go.
but I put Elmer's glue in his lotion, and he put that on his face and rubbed it all over him. And it watching him it was, but just like before your eyes, it all dried up. It started flaking, and he looked at that and he's like, Brenda, does this stuff go bad? Like, you know? And she said, I don't know. You know how she was. And he went to the bathroom, washed it all up, but somebody had told him it was me. He took me down there, and they gave me basically an award. Said because I had pulled it off, and not. I could have done much worse, but I didn't. Um, I can't believe I didn't get in trouble for that. That's what gets
Oh,
me.
he was way lenient.
Yeah, yeah.
He threw me over in the corner because I didn't give two craps about that class. And he just put me in the corner behind that bookshelf because he didn't want to
No,
scoot.
he
He didn't.
did not.
No, he did. He told me he scooted my. He told me he scoot my desk over there because the bookshelf was right there
Yeah.
where he
Oh
couldn't really
yeah.
see me at his desk. He didn't care if I was talking. He just didn't want to hear me, see me talk.
Yep.
Then there's that science. We had this experiment in that class where we had a group of 4 or 5. I ain't gonna tell any names on this one, but uh, we had 4 of us. We split up in two. Me and this other guy was doing it right. Well, these other 2 people who had to go up, we'd add like 4 or 5, so it'd be like 15 to 19. We got up there, and ours is supposed to blow up a balloon, the whatever chemicals, and when they got up there, that thing erupted like a volcano. And it
Yeah.
was
He
we had to keep adding to theirs, not ours. Oh,
and he bring in them VHS tapes. He thought he was something with them VHS tapes. Yeah, he would reward you if you got your work got done. You was gonna watch a VHS tape, right? And it'd be the same, what, 4 movies or
quiet,
something.
quiet
Yeah,
now, quiet.
yeah. And I'll never forget when he put in something one time, and it had a sex scene in it, and we're like, "What is this?" Oh my! What? I don't remember that being in this. And he pulled it out and looked at it, and he goes, "Oh, well, we'll fast forward through this because this is a good movie." And I don't even remember what it
You
was.
do that extra credit stuff, for the time. I just filled out, put it in there. He said, "No, why ain't you doing this?" I was like, "I don't want no extra credit. I just go through and just write down numbers." Now you can do better. And I was like, "Well, I don't really want to do better than that." But
Yeah, but you know what cracks me up though, man, is it wasn't just special ed that we got put in there with some people that were.
well, we weren't really supposed to. I mean, they,
I laugh about it
they
though,
threw
because
me in there because I didn't do my work. It's
yeah,
just punishment basically for me. But I was like,
yeah,
it's an easy grade to pass, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, and but you know what though, man, I'm glad I was in there because you got to see
It was comedy, man. I
It,
mean,
it,
you had fun.
Oh man, you better be careful how you say that. People take it the wrong way. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it is. It's life, man. It's personalities. You get to. That's what I'm saying about like doing these podcasts. Is it's people, and it's their personality, and it's them. It's legit them and their stories and their life and things that you didn't get to see in normal classes. You got to see in there. I mean, we were doing. I mean, bud, that time that Jason got mad and threw that desk at the desk and chair at the chalkboard, and Crowder thought it was because he didn't know the answer. Like,
I'll tell you.
he's like, I need to leave. I'm going through some stuff right now. I need to leave the room. And Crowder's like, no, you're gonna listen to this, And he's like, now Pythagorean theorem, folks. And he would go down. He was getting ready, and all of a sudden that desk, wham, hits the chalkboard, and he's like, come with me. He takes him out of the classroom and then says, comes back in and goes, now, folks, why is this so hard? Why is this so hard that you would do something like that? And we're like, it had nothing to do with with the problem.
Man. I just picture him. I can still picture him up there doing it.
Yeah. He was clueless, man. He was so clueless of what was going on, And but I got they were mad at me when I tried to go for Code 40 diploma. I was only 1 point from doing it. And now why do you want to do that? And I wanted to basically prove to them that even special ed students could get it.
Well, not only that, but we cracked the code when I was in there. They had a folder of people who should have been in there, who qualified to be in that class, but didn't want to be in it or
what?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They're how they tested, like same test I did, but I didn't care when I took it. But your testing skill, whatever. No, they didn't have to be in that class, but the way they tested,
when I first started in the junior high, I was only in I feel like it was just English and like social studies, I feel like, or science or something. I can't remember which one. It wasn't all of them, and I wasn't in the math part, but so I ended up doing junior high all through math and regular math class, which was a nightmare.
Because I say usually.
So I started playing stupid, and
dude,
and they finally they're like, we've decided that we're gonna put you in, like they thought it was gonna like embarrass me or something. I was like, hell, man, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this.
Easy pass. That's why I looked at it. I mean, they tested me in 8th grade, of course, math. Back then, I didn't care. I took that test, acknowledgement test. I was like, dude, I ain't do. So I just BS'd it.
It's basically.
I was like, I don't care. Throw me in there. I'll have fun with it. Now English, I was so at a B average. You say, no, we can't give you that test. It's like, go ahead with regular English then.
Well, you saying that about English? I got put in an advanced English class. And we're in there, and she's handing out the paper. She's like, I need a 14-page, blah, 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 by tomorrow. Like Miss Haley or whatever, who it was. And come find out, what? I was like, stretching all night, didn't sleep, all this kind of craziness. I was like, there ain't no way I'm going to get this done. I pretty much just gave up. I was like, well, I'm going to fail this class. I get in there, and she goes, you don't even get a credit for this class. I said, what do you mean you don't get a credit? She's like, this is just for fun. I was like, people take this shit for fun? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? I was like, we're getting out of here. You know what? I'm going to go and glue things together in shop class or something. Or
my senior year, I failed a semester of English. So I had to take like a language arts class to make up that credit.
Yeah, you were in there with
Well, no, listen, this is a funny story. They had the schedule switched around first day, and I didn't know it. So I went the first period, I was supposed to go to English, but I went to language arts. And I went there and said, yeah, I'm here. Well, next period, I went to Haley's class in English and said, you're not supposed to be here. I was like, I'll be here anyway. Third period, I went back to language arts. I'll fix it out tomorrow.
Yeah, I loved Haley, but I was like,
Oh, I love.
And
Yeah, she's
it's
great,
not
dude.
there's
People don't have
people doing jobs that I didn't want classes I didn't want to take.
people don't have that experience with
Yeah,
teachers anymore. You know, I mean that's the thing. When we went to school,
relationships.
it was
Now it's I hate to say it, but now it's just sex or no relationship. It seems like.
there is some relationships if you want to go that way, but
But have you you
no
see those
cursive writing.
you see those memes where it's where they said teachers went now, and then they're like beautiful ladies or whatever, and then they're like when we was kids, and they show like our Sylvester Stallone with
Oh
the
heck,
whole
man!
hair, we didn't.
I remember. Speaking of that, I remember being in Hagel's class when she's out pregnant with her kid. They had this substitute come in, subbing her. I sat back at the table. In every class I had her with, hey, I'd flirt with her, and she's about 25 years old. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what you think. I mean, there was nothing wrong with. I mean, I say wrong with it, but I mean that's how you
yeah,
just interacting.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I was I remember there was a teacher wasn't much older than me that we know. I ain't gonna say her name because you know who we talk about. But she was at school, and I hit on her, and come to find out she was my teacher. And I was like, "Yeah, getting ready to go to class." And I thought she was just a new chick at school, and walked into class, and because I told her I was like, "I heard this next teacher's gonna be a real bitch, whatever." And went in there, and she's like, "I'm Mrs. And then says, I don't have to introduce my. Now that I've introduced myself, you don't have to introduce yourself, Thaddeus. I'm like, well, shoot, you know. But yeah, I mean, things were growing up in a small town and everything. What best way to describe Paoli to me is
well,
if you've never seen the
now or
movie. Yeah,
then, now or
well, I don't
then.
know
I
about
mean, because
now.
now it's
I,
different than this. I mean,
yeah, but us like at our time period, uh, things were just different, man. Kids were
well,
I feel like we were
we're allowed to
I
be
feel like
ourselves.
yeah.
But then again, if what I liked about it is if you watched the show on TV, it related to how you were in school or what you seen in school and stuff like that.
Nothing today.
Yeah, I mean, it don't. Well, I'm saying you could
But we're
watch.
talking about kids today watching my kids
Well, they don't watch TV. But I'm saying,
yeah, but they'll watch YouTube, watch other kids play with toys.
yeah,
And you're like I'd tell the kids I bought you this same toy. It's up there in your bedroom or something. They'd be like, "Yeah, but they're playing with it better," and you're like, "What?" I would have never imagined watching someone else play with a toy,
yeah,
or whatever. And but what I was gonna say is like in our area, or our time, Porky's is probably the movie Porky's reminds me so much. If you've ever seen that movie, it's the stuff that went on, the craziness
oh
behind the
man,
scenes,
just
and
having fun.
oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
and what you got away with? No,
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing bad
but
or intentional though.
no, no,
It was
no.
just
Yeah, you couldn't do
sit
it.
back and think,
They
oh, you
put you in.
couldn't
They
do it.
put you in jail today. Like I remember, like we had a mutual friend, but they went out and searched his car. You know, I think somebody said it was a bomb or something. When they opened it up, all these beer cans fell out of the car.
Remember the time they locked down the school? They had the dogs over there and searched every vehicle.
Yes.
I'm like,
Or how about the possums? Were you in school when they let the possums loose at the school?
if it does, I don't really
It was
remember.
oh yeah, they shut our school down, and we were like, "What the heck?" We all get there on our school bus, and it's like, "We got the place locked down. Nobody goes in there." We thought it was a bomb threat, right? No, somebody had let loose like 4 or 5 possums in the school, and they were just walking down the halls. But yeah, things were just you know
Even the town is different now, I mean, there's stuff I miss. I miss going through town and you see the old folks. I call them the old town folks. The
yeah
guys you'd see. Not talking not the belly boys, but I'm talking about the old guys who you
yeah
see and talk to you.
the regulars or
Yeah,
whatever. Well, and biblically, they called them publicans, not
Mm.
Republicans, publicans, which was a public person. And every time I look or I go on Facebook or something, there'll be somebody that's passed away, and you're like, well, gosh, I don't even know how Paoli's going to survive through all that, you know?
Yeah.
Because to me, I know it sounds crazy, man. I hate all the other stuff, the arguments and the drama and the all the stuff behind the scenes like that. But I love the people, and I loved how man, the festival used to be something.
Oh yeah. I mean,
No, don't get me wrong. Okay, they did it. You know, they've got the rides now. Do you remember when they did the rides that one year and nobody? You were there. It was me, you, Will, and we all showed up at the fairgrounds, and I think there was only like 12 of us.
oh, the fairgrounds.
Yes, remember?
I about fell out of that zip
Yeah,
scrambler right
but
there.
remember there was nobody. It
Well,
was
I mean, you
like
got
it
to
was like
publish that.
it was like a private.
It was well, yeah. Well, you're right about that. It was like one day. Are you talking about here recently or when we were younger?
When we were
Yeah.
younger. Remember, it was at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And it was for
One
the,
day it was, and then after, like,
yeah, but the
oh
yeah
no,
when
yeah.
and there was your sister, I think was
There was no.
we were all we like had it to ourselves, man. It was like
Now that was the fun part
blank,
about it,
yeah,
but it
but
wasn't.
blank check or something,
Yeah,
you know?
it's
Because like I remember mom pulling us up there, and we thought they was shut down or something, you know, and they go, oh no, there just ain't people coming. We're like, why? You know, nobody knew about it. It was like a joke. I mean, I just remember Will coming home from school going, they said there's rides at the fairgrounds. There was never rides at the fairground. I think it was some kind of fluke, you know. I think it was one of them deals where maybe it was passing through and our town council was like, hey, maybe we can get them for cheap, you know.
they
I
did
don't
have
know.
some rides, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
You talk about the zipper.
Yeah,
I got in there one time with Josh Meek, and I had all this change in my pockets, and that thing went up, and we were at Josh. You know, he's got that high pitched voice, but he's sitting there, wah, wah, wah. Why did you do this? Why do you wear? You know, why were you wearing change? What? Who can't wear change when you're in what? And it was, I mean, it was just psh, 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 like bullets, man. We're like, you know, and we get off of there, and they were looking at Josh like, I thought that was a woman, like, you know, that was screaming, you know, because it did sound like a girl was screaming. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, things they used to. We can't call it Indian Summer Festival anymore.
No.
Because that, and it's funny because like you got all this stuff that they're like, nope, can't call it that. That offends somebody, and it never offend. I don't think anybody ever said, "Oh, that offends me."
There's not enough young people who care anymore for stuff like there is, but there ain't. You know what I mean? There's nobody who pushes stuff. You know.
I laugh when I see them. I mean, I'm not trying to sound rude, but when I see they got a new arcade in now.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like when
Oh,
they
yeah.
go, when you see, hey, did you know the mall? They just put a new arcade in. I'm like, nobody's gonna go to that arcade. You know, like because we got
Nah.
everything on our phones now, so there ain't no point in it. I mean, yeah, the older, you know, it's cool to have something like that in your house or something, you know. But yeah, arcades and stuff. But I remember one of the greatest the two things in my life that I
I'll tell you something
like.
about arcade that's real good.
What?
After prom, when they'd rig it to where you could play it for free.
Yeah.
Nothing with them corners, buddy. We're
Yeah,
so I'd go set up before that. Before I could go, before I
it.
go to after prom,
Yeah.
Dad go set it up. I'll play them games for free. I was like, I ain't spending no quarters in the thing. I'll go ahead and play it for free. I played hours beforehand setting it up.
Of course you
after
did.
prom or prom then until I
did.
actually did do prom. But yeah,
You and well, what I was gonna say is Mr. Gaddy's, man. This generation don't even know what the hell Mr. Gaddy's is. Mr. Gaddy's was something that you looked forward to, bud. You know, and you'd spend hours, and then you'd walk away with some plastic
yeah.
thing, you know, a couple leapfrogs or, you know, something like that.
I spent 2 hours. I want this little coin here. Oh, we gonna come back next week and spend it.
The dude standing behind the counter smoking a cigarette, and yeah, let me get you, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you again, kid, huh?
Yeah. Let me get you set up here. Oh, yeah. Okay. How many did you get? Yeah. Okay. You got 1 million tickets. Anything in this first row right here? You get you some little bit of Tootsie Rolls and leapfrog.
Yeah, people don't have that anymore. You know, there's nothing that,
No, no rewarding anymore. Or that's
you know. I mean, of course, that's to do with.
River Falls Mall, man.
Oh
God,
man,
that was my
well, the
my
malls
deal.
ain't even the same. I mean,
I,
they
I,
are and they're
I,
not.
I don't
You
know how
know.
many times riding that little train and shit.
No, and that train was cool though, because how it would wrap itself around.
Oh yeah, bud.
Uh,
Putt putt.
hey man, I was the king of putt putt there for a while.
Oh,
Man.
I bet you was. I could just see you now.
I
Hey,
would. The first time I played that putt putt course, that
but
one
you're.
hole where you could double decker, where you hit it from top to bottom, I made. That was about
Oh,
when I
I'm
was in
sure.
fourth grade.
I'm sure you did. Well, just like anything, when you go in,
Of course, it's
you
rigged.
go all
If
in.
you knocked
So
it
you,
through the
yeah,
first, it'd go right in the second
yeah.
one.
So you, just like with everything, so I bet you went. How many times you go down there in a month?
Oh heck, I didn't even go there that often, really.
Oh, well, how'd you end up going down there all the time? Oh, you said something about
No,
winning it.
yeah, when I went there in fourth grade, no, I didn't win anything.
Yeah,
I'd say I went that time when I was in fourth grade, the first time I played the putt
yeah,
putt course.
yeah. Hold on a second here.
Station identification time, people.
Huh? Do what? Yeah,
Said station identification time, people.
yeah.